Huh, I have a knock at the door. Okay, you guys. I'm gonna throw up the be right back screen. Okay. And I'm sorry, I had a hiccup. All right, I've got a knocker at the door. I'll be right back. Hang on.
So full of desperation, I can barely stand the rotation. I can hardly start to speak, I'm weak. I feel the past in my bones. I dream I'm naked and alone.
Okay, I am back. All right. Um, that was interesting. Okay. Um, so I just had a what do they call that thing? Welfare, not welfare check. What is that thing? Self-care check? What is that? So one of my local officers, I'm not going to say who. Actually, I did go to school with that guy, so kind of cracked a couple of jokes. He goes, "So, are you live streaming in a moo gown?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, oh my god." And I'm like, "Did you really get that phone call?" He's like, "Well, we've had 2 phone calls since you've been live." And I'm like, "Really? What did they say?" And keep in mind, I went to high school with this gentleman. Okay, so that's the only reason we were cracking jokes. Um, and he's just like, "Look, we just got it reported back to us that they were concerned about you because apparently yesterday you were streaming in a moo gown, and then apparently something is happening today." But he didn't really go into detail about what that second phone call was. Um, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "No, I was not just streaming in a moo gown. I had full set of clothes on, including shoes. I was driving and talking. The video's not up there now, and now I'm just sitting and reacting to my ex because he decided to wake up and raise hell today. He chose violence. I don't know. So he just kind of laughed it off, and he's like, "Oh, it's the angry hamster again, isn't it?" Um, and I'm like, "Yes, yes, it is the angry hamster striking once again." Even the police are now calling him the angry hamster, ladies and gentlemen. That is how bad this situation has gotten. So, um, well, I pulled up my Ring camera first, Frosty. I do have cameras placed in certain places, but I'm not going to say where. Um, well, and I was hoping, Scrange, that it was probably just like a salesperson, but it was actually one of the officers. But it's all good. He just wanted to check on me. He just wanted to say, "We got a couple of weird calls. You've only been live an hour," which is why I try to keep my time frames extremely, extremely short. We're going to wrap this up here pretty soon. Um, because I'm being monitored how I use my time by an angry hamster in Toronto. That's why this is all happening, ladies and gentlemen. That's what this is. Monty is jealous of everybody else's time, and he's going to attack people with it any way he can, shape, or form. Now, I will say this, okay? I don't know if it was him that called, okay? I'm not saying that, and I'm not trying to point the finger. There's a lot of people in this community. Anybody could have called. It could have been anything. Luckily, the police were not irritated. They were not anything. They were just like, "Hey, just checking on you. We've had a couple of calls. We just, we know what's going on. We want to keep tabs on you." That's all it was. We're all good.